If you let me sing a tune, I will sing it for you. Let me take you tonight. If you let me take you to the moon, I'll bring you with me. I'll bring me to another place where our story goes all in my mind. Sweet sound, sweet sound.
So what do I know about Swabski? Well, I know that his actual name is Ken Chi, and that he's a Canadian-American hip-hop rap artist. He was born in California, raised in Houston, Texas, and then moved to Hong Kong, where I met him in high school. Years later, I met him again in Vancouver, Canada, because we attended the same university, but we barely saw each other. Then in recent years, I started to notice that he was posting more on his Instagram, reels, music. I decided, why not get to know him a little bit better? Did I ever really know who he was? Because the person I knew has definitely changed into a completely different person. And we all change over time. So it's like getting to know him all over again. I want to get to know who he really is. It was the night before the interview, so I looked through my closet to find something to wear. I feel like I'm gonna rip my pants. It's sharp. It's an interview. There's one like this. It's business. Hey.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go to the 16th floor, which is where my room is. It's like I've packed most of my stuff, cause you know. It's gonna be Christmas in 11 months, so what's the point, right?
This is decadent.
Come to my house if you want spilled coffee. Tastes better when it's on the counter. Housing prices are crazy.
Yeah.
So I've lived here for 3 years, and if I want to move into another suite in this building,
Yeah.
my rent has gone up $900. Well, you know, that's the reality of most Vancouverites, not just me. Another thing is, surprisingly, there's a TNT store here. TNT.
Okay. Yeah, let's just see what's people.
Canadian Tire. For all the viewers out there, you guys are all that. You guys are all fucking winners. And then there's a TNT there, which is an Asian grocery store. And some guy was trying to steal stuff at the TNT. It was just a video, and I think it just happened yesterday. And they're like fighting at the exit. This guy like grabs a chair, and he's like, "You gotta get out of here."
Was he stealing stuff from the store?
He was stealing stuff.
Like, how much are we talking here?
I don't
Like
know how
$1,000
much, but
worth?
like, you know, that's Vancouver. People are hungry, but it did look a bit violent. But
Yeah.
I mean, that's the state of the city. I love looking at the plains. I love waking up to Mount Baker. It's mad beautiful.
Thank you so much for inviting me here and agreeing to do a sit-down interview with me.
Yeah, for sure.
Appreciate it.
Of course.
Yeah. And I really want to get to know you and do like a deep dive into Ken.
Oh, wow, okay.
Like the person behind Swabski.
Ooh, I like that.
So if you could just answer all the questions as quickly as possible.
Okay.
Without thinking.
Okay.
Because I really want to get to like get an indication like of how you feel about things.
Okay, I'll try my best.
Okay.
I am a thinker. I ponder a lot, you know? So
Yeah,
I'll try not to think.
Yeah, don't do that.
I'll try my best.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't think at all.
Okay.
Quick answers. I'm just gonna ask questions as quickly as possible.
All right.
We're gonna do like a shoot through, okay?
Okay.
Are you ready?
Let me get some of this drink. Or no, I'll do it. Okay.
Sit down. All right. Okay.
Locked in.
What's your favorite color?
Blue.
What's your favorite food?
Pizza.
What's your horoscope sign?
Taurus.
How do you like your eggs?
Scrambled. Yeah.
What's your favorite animal?
Dog.
What's your relationship like with your father?
Mid.
Do you believe that there's a pattern to the universe, the cosmos, or is it all just random, disordered chaos?
Both.
Okay. Do you believe that the planets, the energy dynamics of planets, reflect the relational dynamics of this plane of existence?
Planets? No, I don't think so. No. And I know that kind of conflicts the previous question, but no.
It conflicts.
Yeah.
Conflicts.
So. Mm-hmm.
But you said both.
I did say both.
And
But the planets, no. I think planets are just minuscule. Like Earth, and even our solar system is so minuscule to the ever-expanding space of time and continuity, whatever.
Yeah.
Right? We're just specks of dust. And so just planets, I don't think so. I think those are just minor things that are playing, you know, in this whole thing called life and beyond that, like spiritually. So no, planets, no. Not just that singularly.
And you mean like the way that planets interact with each other?
Yeah. Is that what you were asking?
Yes. It reveals...
I don't really know, actually, how they...
Like the way that people...
They react with each
that,
other.
like, particles...
Besides, like, gravitational and, like... I know there's, like, dark matter. And there's actually more dark matter than matter, right?
Yes, yeah.
So...
Because you can't see it.
Yeah, you can't see it, but that doesn't mean that they don't do anything.
Right.
I think I am not educated enough to give a proper answer.
All right, that works. Okay, so... When did you start making music? Like, when did you decide that you wanted to make music?
I started making music when I was in my mother's womb.
To the heartbeat?
Like, for real. Like, I remember having a keyboard, like, when I was in kindergarten.
Yeah.
And I was writing music and, like, I was writing lyrics and stuff. And, yeah, ever since I can remember, I would always write music. And then...
like, when you were in kindergarten, you were, like...
Yeah, in
like
elementary school.
The teacher was, like, Ken.
Yeah.
Ken. And you're just, like...
I was not, like... no, I was not. I was actually a really good kid. I was a really good kid, innocent kid.
Yeah.
I'd follow rules.
Word.
You know?
Yeah.
I was one of those kids.
Yeah.
Because I was scared, you know?
You were scared of authority.
Yeah.
But that's also what makes you a rebel.
Exactly. And so, I've always been a fan of music, and I've always loved... like my parents had a big sound system.
Yeah.
And we had like hundreds of CDs. So it's like a lot of Korean classics.
Yeah. Like
R&B. You know, everywhere from like Kenny Rogers to like Mariah Carey. I was a huge Usher fan.
Yeah.
When I was in 5th grade.
Yeah.
I actually did Yeah and Confessions.
Word.
Oh no, it was Yeah and Let It Burn. I did a book project singing it with those two songs in the 5th grade. And then in middle school, I got into a lot of like heavy metal, and I was in a band, and I was the vocalist, and then we had 2 vocalists. The other guy was a screamer.
Cool.
He'd do all the screaming and growling.
Yes.
So we did that. But I was always into music.
Growling?
Yeah, you know, like screamo.
Can you give me an example of what that sounds like?
I can't do it. It's really hard.
It's like... It's like throat singing.
It's I don't know actually the dynamic of throat singing, but growling and screaming is very hard on the vocals.
Right on.
You have to do it right.
Yeah.
Or you're gonna damage it, and that's why. So what you do is you close up your thing, your throat, so it gets tighter.
Yeah.
And you let air through it, and that's what allows you to do it. So there's 2 types of screaming. It's like inhale and exhale.
Okay.
And I tried it, and I think I like coughed blood for a week. Yeah, in middle school. It's really hard.
You like broke your vocal
it's
cord.
just really hard to do
It's like
it.
You broke it in
a healthy way.
Yeah.
Because you need longevity.
Do you
right?
think that you like destroyed your vocal cords, or did it
No,
actually
it
unlock?
healed up.
It unlocked.
It didn't unlock anything.
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
I felt really stupid. But if you keep whatever you do, you know you're bound to fail.
Yeah.
And that's the only way to succeed.
Of course. Yes.
Yeah, it really is.
Totally, because you don't know like your limits.
Exactly. Yeah. So I guess I've always loved music. It's always been a part of my life. It's always been there for me in my highest of highs, but also in my lowest of lows. You know, I don't think I'd be here like if it weren't for like music to just carry me, like throughout my life, amongst other things. You know, like people and stuff. But in terms of Swabski, I started that when it came here to Vancouver. because I came to college and I had a lot of freedom, you know? Like, I was living alone. I got to do whatever I wanted. Not that I was always, like, made the best decisions, you know? Or, like, was efficient with my time. Like, yeah, there's a lot of the times where I was not doing anything or just having a lot of fun. But, yeah, the origin of Swabski all started from Vancouver.
I was wondering the word Swabski, like, I was like thinking to myself associations with you as a person. I was like, I can't think of where the word Swabski came from.
Yeah.
Besides the fact that you're in Vancouver and people go skiing in Whistler.
Yeah. And they're swabbing their ears all the time.
Swabbing their ears or swabbing the deck.
Very human.
Like sometimes. A pirate.
Yeah, exactly.
So I was like, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Because you're definitely like a swashbuckler.
I would be, yeah.
It's the hair.
I love it. And I love like an eye patch. But I'll still have an eye, you know, like.
Of course.
I'd be one of those pirates that are just like kind of more pretending.
I think most of them were pretending.
No.
Sure about
it was
that?
rough times back then. Like scurvy was a real thing, and they start losing teeth and their eyes and everything.
Their eyes.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be a pirate, and I don't think I have a pirate in me.
They always lost a leg.
Yeah,
from scurvy.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so I'm not about that pirate life.
And their arm, their like hand.
I love my fingers and my arms and stuff. So yeah.
We don't have to be like a captain.
Yeah, I don't want to be anything. Because if you're not the captain, then you're just like a bitch. And I don't want to be sweeping the decks.
You don't want to be swapping the decks? But you're
I'd rather like,
dude.
you know, wake up, make some coffee.
That's a job.
See what my new favorite YouTube videos are out. Yeah, I don't want to be out there. Like, ew. Yeah, I get seasick. It sounds horrible just thinking about it.
I'll visualize something for you where you're a pirate.
Yeah.
And so, hold on. Let me just hold on. This is where some effects, movie magic, visualize now. You are just waking up and making coffee.
I thought you were gonna hit me.
That's like some Asian trauma.
Yeah, I'm just like
coming through.
Yeah.
I don't know if you were hit when you were a kid.
I was never hit,
but you heard stories.
Because I don't know. I was like one of those. I was weird.
Then why'd you flinch?
I didn't flinch.
We thought I was gonna hit you.
That was a joke.
I kind of have like a mom vibe, so it's like mom like taking a stick.
No, I never got hit. I was one of those kids. I was like, if you hit me, I'm gonna call the cops.
Oh God.
Yeah, I know. I was like,
no, that's actually the right thing to do.
Well, no, I think
if you like know you can't. Like,
well, obviously, if you're gonna get hit.
Yeah.
Then yeah.
Yeah.
But a little like.
It's like what else?
Spanking, I think it's fine. I've never been spanked.
You can take it.
But I think it's been helpful for some of my friends. Like some of my friends from Kenya, they're talking about how they grew up spanking and how it gave them a lot of, like they're more respectful and stuff that way. Yeah. And they're not against that at all.
It humbles
them. It really does. Yeah. So yeah, but then I've also had friends that I grew up with, and like their parents like would beat them with the golf stick. Like
that's a bit excessive.
The end of a golf club. Yeah, like they would literally beat them.
Yeah.
And
because it's like hard.
It's hard. It's like metal. Yeah, and I was like, damn, that really sucked. And they're like, yeah, like that's why. But then they would actually be more naughty. You know
interesting.
I mean? You know?
So there's like a threshold.
Yeah. Like you spank him with love.
Yeah.
Then you learn something from it. But if you're just gonna beat the shit out of them, yeah, it's not good, right?
When you say that, like they turned out a little bit more deviant, you're saying like a little bit more naughty.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think like drinking a bit in middle school, like that type of stuff, you know?
Yeah. Oh. Is this in Houston?
No, this is. I will not.
Okay, you don't need to name names.
Uncover,
but
yeah.
This privacy,
is not in Texas.
Totally.
No.
Are they getting like any therapy or anything? Because that's like.
No, I think they're fine.
Okay. All right, that's good.
Like their personality is just like tough skin.
Yeah.
And they just like, you know. Yeah, they turned out really well actually in life.
Yeah. So it's like they had to go through whatever they had to go through to get through it.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But I think they've always had a clear mind.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I was never worried for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You knew that they like were conscious of like they were aware enough.
Yeah.
They could like understand the situation that they were like they understood everything.
Exactly.
It's not like they were just like, huh?
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a bit of that because when you're young, everyone's kind of stupid.
Yeah, we're a little bit. Well,
Yeah.
we're like not even mentally developed. Fully.
Yeah, not at all.
It's like
yeah. So
there you go. You mentioned Usher. You mentioned Korean music. You remind me. You said that there was another artist that you.
I mean, just like
when
Kenny
you're growing-
Rogers.
Kenny Rogers. So that's interesting to me. You listen to Kenny Rogers because your family?
I think my mom's a fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my dad's like a big country fan.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, he I think the band that he liked was Dire Straits.
Yeah.
And my mom listened to a lot of Korean music, and I was really into just like hip hop and R&B. Yeah, so on the radio they'd always turn on like Kiss FM, which is like a big channel right in the States, which played a lot of like, you know, alternative rock and like, you know, Destiny's Child and whatever back then.
Yeah.
And so I was a huge Usher fan. Like I love Linkin Park. I'm a huge Eminem fan.
Yeah.
I mean, I listened to everything that was popping up during that time, right?
Anything that you could hear in the radio, like in the car.
Yeah.
Like from Kiss.
Yeah, exactly. It was really good. Like
Yeah.
they just played the best music, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But Eminem, they didn't play on the music unless it was like certain channels.
You're right.
And I didn't listen to the channels because I mean, there's like a lot of gangster rap and stuff, and like, I guess it's not a good influence for kids.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I guess so. But then, like, you watch movies.
Yeah,
like,
but I wasn't allowed to like watch stuff, even like Family Guy and stuff. And there were times like I stayed up secretly and I'd watch like
South Park.
Not South Park. That was a crazy to me, like, because I was so innocent, you know, back then. But after Cartoon Network, they would always play Adult Swim.
Yeah.
And that's where I saw shows like The Boondocks, Robot Chicken, and Family Guy.
Yeah.
Like when I was just a kid.
Yeah.
And I learned like so many things from it. I wouldn't actually learn it because they'd say all these like words and stuff, but I had no idea what they're talking about.
You were just absorbing it like a sponge.
Yeah, and I
Basically.
never really got the humor at all. Like I just thought it was really like, it didn't make any sense. I didn't find it like.
Did you ever laugh anyway though? Because you like knew it was funny, like it was meant to be funny, but you just like didn't understand it.
I don't think so. I honestly don't think so. I was like what, like 8, 10 years old.
Yeah.
And then, you know, like Robot Chicken was like pretty violent, I thought, or like really sexual, and I was like, whoa, that's
open the door.
Yeah, I was like,
Pandora's
I
box.
shouldn't watch this, but I'm gonna keep watching it.
Well, I mean, it's
Yeah.
cartoons.
It's cartoons,
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that. Yeah. Wait, what was the question? I don't even remember.
I was talking about like music and I was actually gonna go into influences and your inspirations, like which artists inspire you. But it sounds like we do live in like a very visual time right now.
Yeah.
So I think about how, you know, even the way that we present ourselves, we kind of take on the ways that, you know, the shows that we watch.
Yeah.
Like
That's true.
videos that we watch, like growing
Yeah.
up, like YouTube or anything, like things like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And I find that like a lot of our generation kind of has like an animated kind of way of like
Yeah. Well, it's
just
like
I don't know how like interacting, like the way we like talk, the way that we present ourselves. Like kind of have like
it's
a
weird 'cause,
cartoonish.
like people learn from the internet. I
Yeah.
think the world is like the smallest it's ever been, in the sense that everyone can connect from
Small
all over
world.
the world. It's a small world.
Now, yeah.
But at the same time, not really. And I keep going back because there's no fine line, right? Because
Right.
like people are like, oh, like this is how people talk or dress in a certain way. And
Yeah.
they're like, I really like that. I'm gonna try to adapt that.
Yes.
But at the same time, there's people who aren't from a certain place and they're like, yo, why are you dressing up like that? You know?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you're not even from there.
And then you go, well, like you said.
I think the world is like the smallest it's ever been. That's the thing. It's like pop culture is so influential, and it's like, you know, or you're like, you hear someone talk a certain way, and you're like, why do you talk like that? And you're like, you know, everyone in California talk this way. Or like, do you even know how the people in the South talk? You know, it's like, and then I saw a video where this person was talking about breakfast tacos.
Yeah.
And then all the comments were like, breakfast tacos, that's like so white, like gentrifying like Mexican food, you know?
Right.
Like that's so cringe.
Yeah.
But like breakfast tacos are so big in like Texas and California, you know? It's just like
Totally. I mean, I eat breakfast tacos and I never even
that's the thing.
Yeah.
And then all the comments are like what the fuck is a breakfast taco? And I'm just like, you know, it's just like they're making fun of this woman for talking about it.
Right.
But it's just like, you know, it's just like you hear all this stuff from all different types of cultures and stuff, and you're like, that's so cringe. But at the same time, like, you just don't know that the world is so much bigger than you think.
Right.
And what's crazy is that right now, TikTok got banned.
Yes.
All the Americans, actually, the rest of the world, even the UK, is following everybody into Red Note, which is the new TikTok. And Red Note is fully Chinese. And all these Americans are going, and all the UK folks are going into Red Note, and they're like, wow, like, this is China? And then there's like a Chinese cowboy, and he's like, hey, welcome everybody. And they're like, they got fucking cowboys in China? And then people are like, yeah, there's like 50-something ethnic minorities in China. They're all very culturally different. So, you know, you got the snow cowboys, you got the field cowboys, you know, you got the desert, you know, like China's fucking huge, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's crazy. It's just like, I think the best thing that you can do is just always have an open mind, because you really don't know, you know, what's out there in the world, right? Until you actually experience it. But before you experience it, like, you really have no idea. Like, I've been fortunate enough in my life to be able to travel, and I've just learned so much from seeing, because seeing is believing. But until you see it, like, I don't blame people for, you know, being angry at the world, because they just haven't had the fortunate enough experience to experience it, right?
It's like when you just don't understand it, you don't know how to interact with it, how to engage with it.
100%.
And so it's easier to just be like, I don't want to even engage with this.
Yeah.
But also, it makes, because you feel a little bit like, it's a little embarrassing to not know how to like act or even know how to like engage with something. It's easy to just put up your walls, I think,
100%,
and be like, that's stupid.
Yeah.
Because then it kind of like makes you feel more empowered, because in for a moment there, you just didn't have, you didn't even know like how to even like respond.
Yeah.
And that is like, it's a scary feeling to not know how to respond to something.
Yeah.
You feel like you don't have power.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think nowadays people are like watching too many reels where they're like, I'm gonna react a certain way if this happens to me, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was working at some, like, I don't know, people are just so angry these days.
It sounds like it.
People are really angry. They have pent up anger.
It is, I think so. Frustration.
So when something happens in reality, not just in their mind, then they overreact. And then you got all these people filming you. And it just keeps escalating, right? It's a domino effect.
Like boiling kettle, yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like the world needs more patience. For yourself and for others, but it's hard, you know.
Yeah.
Because you're always going to be easiest on yourself, but for when it comes to others, you're just like, man, I'm having a bad day. Screw this guy, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have developed a style that is, for you, it's like, would you say like it's part of who you are, or is it totally not who you are? Like,
style isn't like, what style?
Their style, like your Swabski.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I'd say persona, because obviously it's still you.
Yeah.
But would you say that sometimes when you step into Swabski mode, it's like a mode, like you're in a not a character, but kind of is, in the sense that like you can kind of like leave behind Ken and be someone else. Like,
ooh, okay.
Yeah, like,
that's cool.
Do you feel that?
No, I don't think so at all.
Okay.
I think I'm always Ken, I'm always Swabski, and that's kind of like maybe the reason why I've just been taking things very slow, you know? I mean, to be honest, like, if you look at the past, like, I've only been putting out like a song or two a year, which is like nothing, right? But it's just because, like, I think
it's something, but I'm just gonna,
it is something. But it's just more like, I want it to be me, you know? And even though, like, I know myself the best, like, things are always changing. I'm just trying to figure out so many things in my life that it's just taken such a long time for me to actually be comfortable being me to the world, if that makes any sense.
Do you feel like you've been, like, figuring that out, like, who you are?
Yeah,
in the process of it?
Exactly, yeah. And like just figuring out my own voice, because like I don't want to sound like anybody, which is totally fine, you know, to like try to take on some of your influences, but like I'm just trying to make my own sound and like just trying to be the realest version of me. And yeah, it's just taken a lot of time, but I think I've definitely figured out a lot of the pieces of the puzzle where now I think I am more comfortable just putting out more stuff out there, right? But yeah, I think, yeah, it's just me. That's a simple answer. And to truly be you, it just takes so much time, you know? So, yeah.
To figure out. Yeah, it takes time, like you said, like making mistakes,
Yeah.
and then reflecting on it, and then being like,
Yeah.
what parts of myself do I want to hold
Making
on
mistakes, but also having the courage to do so.
to? Yeah,
Like, that was, like, the hardest thing for me. And it still is, you know?
yeah.
But the thing about music is, like, now it's so saturated, right? Everyone wants to be music. Like,
So easy to publish your music
all
now,
the
to do
babies,
yourself.
like, everyone's grandma, like, everyone's dogs and cats
Moms,
wants to be.
everybody.
Yeah, wants
Which
to be
we all
a
should.
musician.
Because if you think about how music is just another way to express who you are, it's a language
Yeah, it is.
that carries, it's universal. Like it's
is, yeah.
about wavelengths, and it's not about necessarily the word meaning.
Exactly, yeah.
It's the feeling.
It is, yeah. It is a frequency. It's a wavelength. I was actually reading a book, and it said that when they were uncovering, like, bodies and stuff, like, from back then, like, you know, they had, like, tools. Like, that was one of the first things, tools, and I think maybe clothing.
Yeah.
And then instruments was the other thing. Because back then, people would all make music, right? Like, the whole village gets together, everyone's clapping, or you're singing, or if you're not singing, you're dancing. It was a collective thing. And it's a way to communicate, but also express yourself
Yeah.
in a healthy way. But nowadays, it's more like, oh, I don't do music, you know? Like, I don't do it. Or like, no, I do music because I'm in a choir, or like, I'm a musician. You know, there's like that line between it. But back
I
then,
see. So you're
it's
saying
more
like
communal
every
thing.
single person had a role
Yeah.
in like a
It wasn't
collective.
even I don't think it was even a role back then. It was just
You just did
part
it.
of community, part of being human.
Like if you're in our town,
Yeah.
you're gonna be in our band. Like
Yeah.
we're gathering and we're gonna start singing now.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. They're like,
what
oh yeah,
what are you gonna do?
Like,
You don't even have to sing, but like,
yeah,
what are you
just
gonna
vibe
do?
with us,
Just
you
vibe.
know? Yeah.
Interesting.
But
Yeah,
nowadays it's more defined, right?
yeah. Well,
and-
people aren't doing it, like you said. Like,
Yeah.
you can decide.
But so everyone is
Not.
trying to do music now.
Yeah.
But it's different because you're not joining a collective.
Right.
You're doing your own thing. So you're just trying to prove to everybody that, like,
Yeah.
you're the shit.
Technical,
Everyone's
yeah.
got such a big ego in this game.
Yeah, yeah.
And you do need it. You do need to be delusional.
Like well, I'm thinking to myself, how much of it is delusion if you can actually do it? You know,
true,
like if you
yeah.
can do it, like what's the problem?
Yeah.
I don't see there being an issue with that. But if
Yeah.
you have like an inflated ego and you
Yeah.
aren't doing it yourself,
Yeah.
but like that brings in AI. Like a lot of people bring in AI into their stuff
Oh,
now
I fucking hate that.
because it's efficient, you know?
It's efficient, but I think you got to choose.
And like you said, you want to post up more music, not you,
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
people feel the urgency to
Exactly.
do that. But it's like,
Yeah.
do you really have to? Like, is that
Yeah.
really something that you're called
Mm.
to do,
Yeah.
or is it just feeling like pressured to
I
do?
think AI,
Is it so competitive? You know,
like,
if it's
Yeah.
predominantly AI
yeah, I wouldn't fuck
or
with it at
like
all.
synthetic, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
I wouldn't mess, like, cause like music is like, it's an emotion, right? And you can still feel emotion from AI stuff,
you can.
but it's not
You're
organic.
still like designing it, like programming it to make
Yeah.
it sound good. But
Yeah.
that's something I've just been playing around in my mind,
Mm.
like electronic music, which I love.
Yeah,
I really
yeah.
grew up with it, but
Yeah, I don't know. It just seems so.
like too much of it is like too much for me, I think.
It just seems so
personally.
flawed morally.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I'm against it. That.
Against like having AI make music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think maybe AI to help fix some parts. So like after you make the song, there's actually a company that will automatically like mix and master your song. So that means like the components are already there.
Yeah.
And you gotta like make sure everything's cohesive.
Yes.
In terms of like, oh, is the bass too high? Like the elements
the
are already there.
Treble, mixing it with like
someone already made the song, right? But mixing and mastering is a whole nother skill set.
Totally.
So there's a program that's been out for ages, and they used to have an automated thing, but now I think they're using AI to enhance it. I don't know if that's true.
I think you're right, because like I tried it once.
Okay.
Just to see, you know, I was like, is this gonna make it sound better? Like I felt like I did my own mastering to it because I like played it back and I was like, I like it this way. And then I like was publishing the song, and then it recommended, do you want to master this through the Mixia, whatever? And I was like, I just want to hear what it sounds like. So I heard it back. And it was pretty garbage. Like,
oh, is it?
Some parts of it was just like really blown out. And I was like, maybe it was my recording. I was like, I don't know, but I should have just kept it. Yeah. You know? But
I mean, I used it like maybe 8 years ago.
Yeah.
For like a couple tracks, and I thought, like, I had already done some mixing, and then I ran it through it. Yeah. And now I'm sure it's way better. Yeah. But I thought it was decent. But like stuff like that, I think it's okay. Yeah. And then, I mean, this topic is just so, you know, big, right? Because now you have like truckers who are against AI.
Oh, word, yeah.
Because they have the trucks that drive themselves automatically. Yeah. Because, you know, like truckers, they stay up for long hours. Yeah. You know, why have that? Or like, you know, you have the Amazon store that doesn't need clerks and stuff. Yeah. So it's just a matter of like, if you're gonna change the world in that aspect for everything, then maybe we're able to just give things out more for free, which could be conflictual to people, because like, you know, there's a surplus of food, right? In the world, there's a surplus of food. Like, it's just that everything has a price on it, right? So all these big stores, at the end of the whatever, they throw away all this food. They lock it up in that big garbage can, right? Like, you know what I'm talking about.
I think so. Like
there's Instagram reels where people drive and they like look for these big garbage cans, and they open it up. There's like Pokemon cards. There's like hella macaroni and cheese that have just expired. Yeah. And so there is a surplus of food in the world. It's just that, you know, it's a matter of distribution and stuff. So if we are to use AI to make things efficient, to cut costs and labor, maybe the world will think in more of a way where we could now start thinking about, you know, how do we get the surplus of food? And like, you know, people will still be able to live lavishly, but like, what about basic needs? You know, can we fulfill some of that?
Like, food is the most basic block of life, like food and foundational water. Block of life, and so people have scarcity of that, and that's causing issues. You know, totally.
There's scarcity of it when there's a surplus. It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense. No, not at all.
It really is just a matter of distribution and laying out how you're going to do that. But it's just like there's not enough, you know, manpower to do that, right? Or money. But maybe with AI, that could be a thing.
How long can we wait though? That's kind of my how many people are going to have to
a lot
just, you know, go hungry,
like die and suffer a lot,
and like get really ill and stressed out.
Unfortunately, that's the reality, right? Yeah. I mean,
well, you know,
it, like to build,
I'm going to be talking about AI a lot this year. So.
Everything's AI. I might be AI, honestly.
We all are, just a little bit.
A little bit of us. AI was made by humans, so it does have a bit of.
I just got my Apple AI upgraded on my phone and my computer. So Siri is constantly, I think she's like really personalized now to me. That's what it says. It's a deep integration.
Okay. I don't know anything about that.
AI.
I got the old iPhone.
Well, I mean, like if you upgrade your software, it just like goes.
Oh, really? Yeah. Anything? I have the iPhone 10.
I have the iPhone 12.
And I don't use a case.
You're really just free balling with that.
I'd really be free balling. Yeah. I've never ever lost a phone.
This just shows that like Apple products are actually pretty durable.
They are very durable.
And we just upgrade them because of the camera. 100%. I think that's really it. The camera.
The camera. So I wanted to upgrade because of the camera. Yeah. Because like I film all my content myself, right? I edit everything myself. Yeah. So I did want the new phone. And that's why when my case broke, I didn't get a case because the only way to justify getting a new phone was for this to break. Yeah. But this guy's a fighter, and I can't.
It just refuses to go down.
Yeah, it's a fighter, and you know what? I respect it.
I respect it so much.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get a new phone.
iPhone 10. My last question is, nice shirt, by the way.
Thank
I like
you.
it.
Got
Soul.
it from
You got
Represent.
soul.
Represent.
Could you show me, because I'm going to be doing like, I'm going to shoot some of your footage.
Oh, yeah,
Is that
yeah,
something you
sure.
still want to do?
Yeah.
But like, can you show me, can you show me how you do it?
Show me what?
Like the Swabski style.
The Swabski style.
Can you like film me doing the same thing?
film you?
Yeah, doing the same thing that you do afterwards, because I'm like an actor, so
Okay.
I like I need to do some training. It's like acting training.
Yeah, I'll show you.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I mean my knowledge is limited, but I'll show you everything I know.
Okay, like instruct me. Like seriously instruct me.
I will.
Okay.
It's like interesting because like I think I like music because it allows people to connect, right? So like it doesn't matter what your political or cultural like background is.
Absolutely.
Like we can connect from the raw emotional level because we've both been sad before, we've both been angry. So to just start off there, past all the bullshit.
Yeah.
Because otherwise we probably will never talk. I like that about music, and the same thing goes for other arts, right? So in hip hop, it's like graffiti, there's breakdancing, there's like DJing, like scratching, and there's like emceeing, right? Like the master of ceremonies. But then just like in terms of other things, like there's cinematics, and so I think starting from COVID, I was really into just watching a lot of movies.
Yeah.
Where you can get more into the depth of the story, and like I was watching like Squid Game 2.
Oh.
Have you watched Squid Game 2?
I only watched the first one. How was the second one?
You gotta watch it.
No spoilers.
No spoilers, but
it's probably pretty gory.
It was a masterpiece.
Oh my god, I need to watch it. Okay.
Yeah. Well, at least I'm not gonna say which episodes.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just like there's really levels to this, and so I'm always a student for whatever I do, like I think the people who are the best at whatever they do are always students.
Yep.
So yeah, like I'm not even close to that level yet, but I'm always eyes open.
You're still an acolyte.
Yeah, an acolyte. Yeah, and I'm trying.
But you're trying to be a knight.
I'm trying to be.
But I think you're close to knight. You're closer than I am. I'm definitely. I'm like. I shouldn't be saying this because it's like I should always be like keep my head up high, but like I know I'm still learning.
Yeah.
Like I'm a baby.
You Baby Yoda?
I'm like a baby.
You got so much potential. You're Grogu. That's Baby Yoda's name, by the way. Do you know Grogu?
Grogu.
Grogu from Mandalorian.
Grogu.
And yeah.
Is Yoda's real name? Gogu?
That's so like Baby Yoda isn't Yoda.
I feel like I don't know anything.
He's like the same species. He's not Yoda though. So his name is Grogu.
Oh.
Yeah. And
okay.
In Mandalorian, Pedro Pascal is the actor behind the mask.
Right on.
It's kind of crazy because like he's a great actor, but he's also a great actor when he's just in a costume, like no facial expressions. It's more about
the
movement.
way he like is like his energy.
Yeah, like poise and like
the whole body, nonverbal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it's just like now that whenever I watch something, like I'm always paying more attention to like how they shot it. You
totally.
know? Because like I mean, the script can be amazing.
Yeah.
But the show can still be doo-doo.
Totally.
And I've seen that so many times, and it just really sucks. It really sucks. Because like they have all these amazing actors and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just like, but like, why would you just? But I mean, everyone's a critic until you try it, and then you're like, damn.
I have my thoughts on it, but we'll talk about it another time.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
Because it's pretty heady. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kat, for this interview. We're gonna do, I guess, shoot your footage stuff now.
We'll chill for a bit.
Okay, let's chill for a bit.
Yeah.
Let's have a cookie.
Yeah, we'll have a cookie.
Okay. Thanks for watching. Take care. What's anything? Last words?
Take care.
Sit me up when I'm slouching. Cheer me up when I'm frowning. I'm feeling down in the deep end, and I'm so sick of pretending.
I have a costume for this. I'll be back.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing
You're gonna film me? Okay.
I want to see that entrance, dude, when you come back.
Oh my god. Oh my god. It's gonna either look really good or it's gonna look really shit because I haven't actually put it on. It was just in my head.
Okay, great. That's the best.
No, it's not the best.
It is.
Oh my god.
All right, see ya.
It's just this.
Do it. Do it. Why? You have to have the pickles.
I don't have to have the pickles. I like the pants. I like the beanie.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna get rid of this though.
What's going closer? What are we looking at here?
It's just a little scarf. I put it on the side.
Oh, I like that.
I thought it'd be cool, but I don't know. I'm not really fucking with it. It just doesn't make sense. At least for this. Maybe for something else. You know what I mean?
I feel you. I still feel like it's okay, but you know, I feel like if you don't feel confident with it, then it's it's not the right thing to do.
It's not confidence. It's just like it doesn't match.
You know what I mean? Like if you don't feel like it's right.
Yeah. What do you
That's what I
think?
mean.
You think it matches?
I know you're confident.
Oh,
For sure.
You don't even fucking know. You don't even know. We'll start from here, and then we'll start to branch out. Like I want to go into the staircase and stuff.
Okay.
Because it's like white. Because I have the boxes. When will I ever have boxes again?
Ken moved things around almost in an autopilot fashion, but there was a deep focus to it. An interplay of quick decision-making occurring in each of his movements. I started to feel like I was in the way, or that I should offer a hand instead of filming, but he didn't seem to mind. Then he stopped to show me a book that he was quoted in about the American hip-hop group, A Tribe Called Quest, one of his inspirations.
I said a lot of ums, I think. They put all of the ums in there.
If I had to describe Ken, I'd say he is independent, resourceful, eloquent, generous, caring, open-minded, and passionate about making art, to a point where his art may be as important as his own life. There's no separation between the two. It's just him being. Knowing this, how can I critique his art or judge him for caring about it so much if it is deeply connected to who he is? I too pour my energy into my art as if it were my lifeline. It gives me a sense of purpose, strength, my joie de vivre. It's something I realize that nobody but myself can take away. Looking around the set, my eyes were drawn to all of the symbology in the frame. Stacked boxes like a statue of all of his personal belongings that he has so far accumulated in Vancouver. Pickles. Extended life that has been soaked and matured but is still crispy with added spice. The number 9, which if you add up all of the numbers in the year 2025, it comes out to a total of 9. 9 in numerology represents a completion of a cycle. The beanie headlight, a torch shining in the dark like the hermit from the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck, and the color blue, meaning sensitivity, emotional depth, inspiration, and wisdom. Then Ken took some photos of me as well with his costume on, and I felt like a fool because it didn't fit me. It fit him, but it just didn't fit me. I just felt stiff from my suit, and I wanted to loosen it up a bit. All of this, musically, poetically, visually, represents who Ken is right now in this space and time. Maybe the next time I see him, he'll change again. He'll be in a different house. He'll be doing something different. He'll be wanting to express it. He'll be going through different life challenges. His stories will also be different. I mean, everything will be different. So I cherish that I got to experience this, that I got to witness him in this specific time in his life, and to see what it is that it's like to be in a state of liminality, feeling like you're being moved from one space to another, from one shell to another shell.